Hi, Lucy. How are you today?
I'm good. How are you?
Oh, not too bad. Um, I have talked with your outside counselor and your outside doctor and a couple of your teachers, and I did want to talk to you about your what you've been diagnosed with and how that impacts things here at school.
Okay.
Okay? Now, there's nothing to be overly anxious about. You know a lot of what's going on. Speaking with the outside counselor, we've also decided to add a diagnosis to your mild neurocognitive disorder of depressive disorder due to other medical conditions. And what that really means is the disinterest that you've been displaying in classes and in home life, that those are impacting your life. So we're going to work on some strategies and some things to overcome that and relieve that anxiety that you've been having towards those. It's not a very serious condition, so it's very easily overcome. All right. We're going to be working on a few of your thought processes, and we'll be using a process that's called REBT. And what REBT does is it goes off of a very simple system of A, B, C, D, E, F. All right? The activating thought or behavior, the belief that you're getting off of that, and then that's a consequence of that belief. Okay? And then the DEF will be from our treatment part, which would be the intervention that we used is the disrupting intervention in D, the effect that will have on you, and then the new feeling that comes out of it. Do you understand those steps?
Yes.
Okay. Now, you were saying that you're feeling dejected from your friends and your boyfriend. So, go ahead and tell me a situation that you've had occur with your boyfriend that's left you feeling a little bit down about yourself.
We made plans during the day, the one day, to go out to a movie that night, and I completely forgot about it. And he was trying to call me, but I didn't have my phone on me. So by the time I realized, it was hours later. And
Okay.
I felt bad about that.
Okay. So what we're going to say is the activating event in that situation will be the forgetting that you had an appointment. Okay? So what did your boyfriend, let me rephrase this, how did you feel about your boyfriend in that situation?
I felt bad that I forgot about that.
Okay. So your belief is that you were bad or that you felt bad because you forgot about the situation.
Yeah.
Okay? Now, we have to think about that from a rational perspective. Okay? Were there any indications that led you to believe that was a situation that he was upset or disappointed in you?
No.
Okay? So what you're saying is it was your thought process that led you to believe that he was upset or disappointed in you.
Yes.
Okay. So now we've got to the consequence of that. Your feeling. Okay? So what we're going to say is, let's look at this rationally.
Okay.
All right? If there's no evidence to support the way that you were thinking about that, then that's an irrational thought, correct?
Yes.
All right. So when you see that you're starting to find that irrationality, starting to feel down, you need to say, okay, I didn't really forget this because I intended to harm anybody. I forgot this because I have a condition that makes it easy for me to forget things. Okay? And when you say that to yourself, what do you then think? What do you then believe?
That it's not my fault, and I'm not a bad person.
Good job. And that leads to your new effect of how do you feel after you say that out loud?
I feel better about forgetting.
Okay. Now, in that, when you apply this A, B, C, D, E, F approach to your life every day, sometimes you may need to write it down.
Okay.
Okay? And I'll give you a couple of worksheets to take home with you to work on those thoughts and those feelings that you can write them out. Eventually, this will become an everyday part of your life. When you start to feel down or depressed about a situation, you can apply this system. And according to the creator Albert Ellis, it works every time. All right?
Okay.
Now, for your forgetting things, that is a very common situation with mild neurocognitive or TBI. Okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to work on a practice called journaling.
Okay.
And it's not going to be you writing down your feelings and your emotions in this type of journaling. This is going to be a much more practical type of journaling. When you make an appointment, you write it in the same journal every time. And that way you can always refer back to yourself and have a reminder. You can do this in one of two ways. You can do this on paper in this journal, or nowadays we have cell phones, and in the cell phone is a calendar that you can set yourself reminders and everything. But the most important thing with this is becoming routine. To be able to do everything that we need to do with the TBI, with mild neurocognitive disorder, you have to find routine. Okay? So you really have to commit to it. It's going to be awkward at first, but the results that come from it are proven, and it will help you to be able to not miss things. Okay? I know I've thrown a lot at you. How are we feeling right now?
Okay. Slightly overwhelmed.
I can understand the overwhelmed, but also we're going to work on a couple of other things in the coming weeks, as long as you're wanting to keep coming in. And with your other counsel and with us, we'll work on some relaxation stuff and other things that can make that overwhelmed feeling, bring it out, so that you're more able to just be present and be able to move forward. All right? We sound like I have a good plan in place. I know I talked a lot in this session, but it's a lot of education that goes in the front end of this session. All right? And in our next session, we'll talk about how you've been reacting to things.
Alright.
All right?
Yeah.
We'll see you
sounds
next
good.
week, same time?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.